to be a really bad episode. I already know it.
Bringing my A game, bro.
Or the best.
Probably the worst, though.
I know. I don't have the highest hopes. All right, guys, welcome back to the Side Dish Podcast. I'm your host, Aaron Shin, joined as always by my co-host, Jay Lee.
Hey.
And our very special friends, Sue Hahn and James Chung are here.
You know what? Today is the first time I'm not a special guest. I made it.
Yeah.
Officially, I made it.
You're not special anymore.
He literally blew through our names, though, as if they meant nothing.
You know what? This meant a lot to me, Sue. This meant a lot. I was listening to the first episode I was on with y'all.
Uh-huh. Which episode was that?
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day Improv.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Episode 37.
Is it really?
No, I'm just kidding.
That's impressive.
If I knew that.
That's what it's
Yeah.
called.
It is called Valentine's Day Improv. Yeah,
It is, yeah.
That's the one where you shot your shot at Celine.
Yeah,
I'm still working on that.
You're still
one.
trying?
Yeah, for sure.
Yo, we saw Celine. So Celine was gone for a long time. We're trying to get her back on the podcast for the next episode. But speaking of being gone, Jay, you just got back from the States.
Correct.
You went on like a micro trip. I don't even know how to say it. You know,
I went on a little.
it wasn't too short, but it wasn't too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just right.
It's just right.
I went to LA for 10 days ish, and the main event was my cousin getting married, and it was a beautiful wedding in San Diego.
Oh, it was in San Diego.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
not hard.
San Diego.
San Diego.
How was the food out there?
I was disappointed because San Diego is known for their Mexican food,
Right.
and I did have some fish tacos, but all the food I ate was at the hotel. So I didn't get to go like explore and get like California
that's too bad. Yeah, because I
burrito
feel like
and
I
stuff
haven't
that.
been in San Diego since I did a college tour when I was like a senior in high school.
Yeah.
But I remember the food being bomb, as they
Yeah.
say in San Diego.
Honestly, I know we're gonna get to it, but that's a fucking pet peeve I'm gonna write down. Should I write down?
Oh, just say it. Wait,
Okay.
what's your pet peeve?
Charlie, when I was like younger with like my dad, I remember we once went to like Orlando, and obviously I don't know if there's like local Orlando food, but my dad had to go in part for like a meeting with some like other dudes, and they're all Korean. And so they went to a Korean restaurant. I was like, I don't want to come all the way to Florida
Right.
to eat like kimchi jjigae. Like,
How
as
old
much
were
as I
you?
love that, high school or something.
You were too young for your opinion to matter, unfortunately.
Well, there are just times when it doesn't matter. Like, for example,
Also, Orlando. Can we just look up what
Yeah.
the food of Orlando is? I'm so curious. Should we take guesses?
I don't know if there's like famous Orlandan.
It's saying fried chicken and Cuban food are like the big ones.
Cuban food.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
that sounds.
sense.
I mean, that sounds great. I mean,
right. Fair.
I'm not trying to start a fight day one, so I held it in. But I was like, damn, that's a.
But going back to the wedding in San Diego, any sort of highlights or lowlights from that wedding? Was it a beautiful ceremony?
Oh, it was a beautiful
Complain
ceremony.
about one thing from the wedding. Let's hear it. One thing.
It wasn't hot enough. I wanted it to be hotter so that I can like
Yes,
go.
blame it on an uncontrollable. Like,
Wait, so it was like a
Force
little
of
chilly at
nature.
night?
It's a little chilly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was perfect for the actual wedding because you're going to be dancing and all that good stuff. So you don't want it to get too.
And did you
Hot.
dance?
I danced.
Did you dance with any single ladies?
No, I didn't.
They were all married.
Yeah, I don't know.
Clearly, we don't know Jay's
I
type.
didn't make eye contact with a single stranger.
You learned
while I
nothing
was
from
there.
Chloe's episode.
But it was really great. My dad's side of the family, which is where my cousin comes from, is famously or infamously just completely stoic. There's no emotion. They are incapable of like expressing,
emoting.
their feelings and stuff like that. So us, the second generation after them, we do. And so like my cousin, he has two brothers, and when they start to like talk to each other about their feelings, and at a wedding you're gonna give speeches and all that stuff, and so there was a lot of
Crying.
going on.
But it wasn't just regular crying. It was like grown men crying.
Yeah. And it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was fucking great because
Did you cry?
100. Yeah. I mean, I get weirdly emotional at weddings.
Yeah.
And
There's nothing weird about it, actually.
Okay.
I think that's kind of what some people want from a wedding is
Right.
cry.
I think most people
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
emotional at a wedding.
Yeah.
because there's a lot of
Yeah.
You know,
family
Justin
love.
said to me, he was like, man, you didn't cry when you were like officiating the wedding. And I was like, yeah, because I didn't want to look like, I don't know, stupid or something.
Yeah.
But I definitely cried at like my best friend's weddings, my sister's wedding for sure. y'all are gonna be crying like little bitches at my wedding.
I challenge you guys to try to make me cry.
I know James hasn't cried since he was really young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because James is a sociopath
Yeah.
and does not have any.
That's not accurate.
That's not clinical. Yeah. He has not been diagnosed. He hasn't been diagnosed.
James mentioned that he hasn't cried in a very long time, and he mentioned that at your engagement party.
Oh yeah.
And then there was a moment where I think a few of us were trying to cry on command, and James was as well. And I've never been more terrified looking at someone.
Oh no, I've seen James try to shed a tear. Yeah, it looks like he's trying to use the force. You know what I mean?
It takes a lot of concentration, you know. You gotta, if you can't do it organically, you gotta.
It's a little scary, James. Yeah.
Well, speaking of crying and like grown men crying, grown men tears, I visited my grandfather this week, and he has like this spiel that he always goes through. It's like, how much money are you making? How much money have you saved? But now that Chaehyun's in the mixture, it's like, how much money does Chaehyun make? How much money does Chaehyun save? And whatever. And then at one point, he just like grabs my hand and then is just like weeping, but no tears are coming out. He's too old, right? He's like overcome with emotion thinking about some memory from the past. And it comes in these waves. It was really like endearing to see, because my grandfather has always been very stoic, as most like Korean grandfathers are. And he would just be like, oh, I just want you to have a happy marriage and happy life. And like, we suffered so much when I was young. And like, I can see him going back in time and like reliving a crazy. Yeah,
it's gonna make me cry.
No,
right
I think
now.
I think we're all gonna go through that though, because there are times that even now, if I think back at a memory too strongly, my perspective will shift. And I'll be like, oh, but it must have been really fucked up for that person in this memory. I've been doing that a lot lately. And then feeling really bad for that person. And I can tell my grandpa was doing something similar, of like remembering not just how hard he had it, but like they had servants, right? There was like a whole caste system of people lower than my grandfather, right? And he was like crying for them, being like, so I think I might have mentioned on the podcast, but my grandfather like likes to give money to this person, right? Park Young-jun. And my aunt was telling me, she's like, that guy is basically the descendant of grandpa's like servant who like took him to school on his back every day. And so grandpa always felt guilty that he was basically like having this guy's dad be a servant. So he always felt bad for the son. And so this guy is the son. And, this guy's old now too. He's like 85 maybe, but he's like, he was a full 13, 14 years younger than my grandfather. Mm-hmm. So my grandpa gives him money to this day as like a reparation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy.
Wait, can we contextualize that a bit? What was the arrangement with which your grandpa...
They had like, they had people on the grounds that served them. I mean, like... So anyway, long story short, that's the guy, Park Young-jun, and he's been telling me, my aunts, my other cousins, every time we visit, he's like, just... The reason why I want to ask how much money you have saved up is like, could you just spare $500 for Park Young-jun? Yeah, that's how. That's where the conversation always leads. And then it's like, oh, you fucking tricked me, dude.
Wait, do you do it? Do you pay?
I've done it a few times. Yeah.
Whoa.
Lately, my aunts were like, just don't do it. Tell them you are, but just don't. But I there's a handful of times I've definitely done it. I've just been like, fuck it. Like he had me call the guy and then tell him I'm, this guy's grandson.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pay off that dude's like grandson.
Not really. I mean, the guy's always just like so grateful. He's just like, oh, your grandfather's such a great man. Like he's always looked out for me. It's just something my grandpa's like done, I guess. But now my grandpa's fucking old, so he's like kind of on his deathbed almost, I guess, right? And so he's like flashing back through time, being like, did I tell you about Park Young-jun? I'm like, yes, dude. Every time I'm here, you tell me about this fucking Park Young-jun. I've given him a sizable amount of money for you for free. I just literally just gave him the money for free. So no more, Grandpa. But
it sounds like your grandpa is just a very like sweet, empathetic.
I mean,
like,
but to a fault almost,
man.
right? Because it's like, hey, take care of your family. Don't just give money to people that you feel bad for. I don't know. I feel like there's a different side to the story that I think some people in my family would be like, nah, he did not take care of people that he should have been taking care of, right? So there's always that too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's
the plot
crazy.
thickens.
Our people got a lot of trauma. You know what I mean?
Generational trauma.
In fact, we were the ones that coined the term generational trauma. But
a la beef.
But we call it Han.
Yo, I just watched Beef though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I finally got to it, and I binged it in one day.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Nice.
It was really good. Yeah. I did not know. I didn't honestly. People were talking about it, but I didn't know the premise. I didn't know anything about it.
I think that's the best way to go into like any show. Or
Oh yeah,
movie.
and then episode 1, I'm like, man, that is a strange premise.
Oh, it's a great one.
It was
though,
a
'cause,
great premise. It's the most relatable thing, though, right? If you
yeah.
drive.
It caught me off guard a bit initially because I'm very like cool-headed in general.
Yeah.
So like I have to put myself in the shoes of someone that would just like fucking flip out. Obviously, considering like, you know, you get into the details of what happened.
But you've seen people,
Yeah.
all of us
Yeah,
have
yeah.
at one point seen someone lose their shit. One of your friends, namely me, maybe.
And you get two
But,
people like
yeah.
you in the wrong
Yeah.
place at the wrong time.
I've definitely been in like road rage situations where I've like followed a dude way too long. And then pre-beef, I would be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you honking at me? I might honk back. But then after watching Beef, I was like,
Yeah, you got to just let things slide sometimes.
Right.
In fact, most of the time, you got to let things slide.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's weird because like they have the counter narrative to that, which is I don't know if this is gonna be definitely
Spoiler.
spoilery, but it's
I
been
think most of our
Spoiler
listeners
alert.
probably
Yeah.
know. But hey, fast forward, 20 minutes because James is going to take a long time to explain this.
no, but I mean like it's like the problems with sort of letting things slide with like the infidelity and like we have a tendency to like suppress like emotions or like not express ourselves, right? And then it builds up into a whole shit show.
I kind of see what you mean. Side note, well, this reminds me of something. I saw something that completely surprised me by how good it was. It was the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Oh, yeah.
was
Everyone
good.
keeps telling
It was
me.
good.
It was funny, dude. Because I also went in with like zero expectations. I just knew Chris Pine was in it. It's supposed to be funny, and me and Jen were like laughing so hard that movie. It wasn't like slapsticky necessarily. It wasn't like dick jokey. The jokes were not stupid. They were like pretty decent jokes,
I think a lot of the stuff in the movie is based on existing lore, but the thing is, D&D is fantasy improv with like dice rolling to
Progress.
dictate
Yeah,
outcomes
right.
on things you want to try. Like, hey, I want to try crossing this river by like tying a rope to a nearby tree and swing across or something.
And so the dungeon master is the one who creates the probabilities, I guess.
Some of it is baked into like the mechanic of the game. Some of it is sort of like you have to the dungeon master has to decide. But
The Dungeon Master.
yeah, but like it's
I want to be the Dungeon Master.
Bro, you would 100% be the dungeon master if we were like 14.
it's like a lot of work. You have to like create the scenarios,
Oh,
right?
yeah. I would love that.
It will all just end in boy love.
I know.
The wizard and the magi just start going at it.
Stop.
The elf squeezes his way in there.
of this happening in Sue's world? 100%.
All right, next topic. Fuck everything. This is Sue's thing. A new
it's
segment we're
not.
introducing. Well, it is now.
Oh, my God.
This is a new segment we're introducing called Fuck Everything, and it's when Sue just complains about something and then draws the epic conclusion that everything is fucked because of this one thing. Take it away, Sue.
Okay, that's just Aaron being an asshole. There was this one guy who kept parking the car in the middle of like the street
Yeah.
that is extremely narrow. Actually, Aaron, I'm sure you can commiserate, but like we live in this like ridiculous,
Very windy.
windy,
Yes.
and like there's like it's
Narrow
like intersections,
Yes.
narrow roads that like intersect though in a very narrow ass way.
It's almost like a Robert Frost poem.
really.
Two roads diverged, or something.
I fucking hate you.
I took the what? Fuck
No, but you're
everything.
just pissed about the traffic in our neighborhood. That's what's really pissing you off right now.
No, but then it's something that you experience frequently when you drive every day around Seoul. There are
Right.
just these streets. What I'm talking about is like when a car is literally just like, oh, I need to wait for somebody, and then proceeds to stop in the middle of a street. It doesn't even have to be narrow, but it just like they stop, and then there's no space for you to get around them, and there's like traffic growing all around them. There are cars piling up behind him, and then also like usually it's a male.
So we all know why she liked beef so much, right?
I was about to say,
That's clear.
this is like
Yeah.
Season 2 of Beef. Yeah.
Okay.
No, because what you're describing, obviously infuriating, right?
Infuriating.
Yeah.
I didn't even honk, and I was right behind.
Let me
you.
guess. And the guy who was blocking the intersection was a man.
Yeah,
She mentioned.
And now
that.
we always
I did mention
spreading
that
his
already.
car
Yeah.
all over the
Yeah.
road.
exactly. And
probably texting his mistress, that pig.
probably actually.
Probably. I mean, his
Waiting
mistress
for-
probably lives in
waiting
Gyeonggi-dan.
for his mistress to come down from her mistress home. But yeah, I mean, this is not just around here. Like, it's happened several times, and I'm like, is this like? I don't know what this like phenomenon is. I'm like, is it like a male ego thing? Like,
Yeah,
why are
yeah,
you just
yeah.
sitting there as if you own the street? And he's like, "잠깐만요," you know, like this guy will just normally or usually when this happens, which is quite frequently, will just be like, "Wait up," and then they'll just like, I'll flash my lights at them because I'm polite.
And this is happening at the intersection, basically, that branches off between either my house or your house, like at that little Yuchuan intersection.
Oh no, actually closer to the E-Mart.
Okay, yeah. That place is a
E-Mart.
shit show.
Yeah, people just like
It's
decide
fucked.
to be an ass.
Yeah,
They're just
it's
like,
fucked.
you know what? Like, I'm just gonna stay blind, and I'm like,
know.
until the decibel is like high enough
Yeah.
of all the honking and yelling that they'll be like, well, I guess I should move. It's like the audacity.
You know?
know?
What you're describing also is just one person inconveniencing everyone else, right?
Yes.
That happened to us this weekend when we were at the Edward Hopper exhibit. Remember that we met up with you right after. So basically we were at this bookstore inside the museum, okay? But it's a cafe / bookstore. And we were sitting down at a table talking, and this woman who was like reading a book from one of the bookshelves fucking shushed us, but in a very aggressive way. Like, this is a table, like in perfect English. She was definitely like, she studied abroad or something, and she had an accent, but she was like, this is a table for reading books and not for speaking loudly. Thank you. And then like turned back to her book. And we were just all shocked. Like, what the hell just happened? Like, did she just...
And there's like no sign that says
There's no sign or
"Please
anything. It's a fucking...
be
Yeah,
quiet."
so anyway, that really fucking angered me. But then I had to go through my David Foster Wallace mental exercise of like... remembering that everyone's a human and like whatever, maybe her daughter's in the hospital with leukemia and I gotta go easy on her or some shit, which does help. Otherwise, I will go crazy with madness and anger and rage.
But like, no, I think in that situation, yeah, maybe she's just like having a bad day and being.
Or maybe, honestly, maybe there is a rule at that, because it was my first time at the museum. Maybe there is a rule that you're not allowed to do that at the table. I don't know, but I don't know. The way she said it too was very condescending
it sounds like it was just the way she delivered this
But
message.
also, you
It
know
was
what?
very
We get this a lot
patronizing.
because when you speak English, it's still this way in Korea. If you speak English loudly in a public area, you're going to get barked at by someone. It happens at least once a year for me. Ever since I've moved here,
Yeah.
it's never changed. Most of the time, it's from older ajashis. This was my first time that it was from like a woman.
Yeah.
But it was clear that if we had
woman
if we had
he
sat
said with
down and
disdain.
spoke in Korean, like quietly or something, there would not have been an issue.
I'm not gonna lie though, English, it just carry different than
It does,
Korean.
yeah.
It just
Also-
sounds louder.
It does.
Yeah.
But also, like, we're talking about Aaron and Ryan and
Jaehyun was there.
Jaehyun. Yeah, I mean, Ryan and Aaron maybe were doing a bit. Which
Oh,
usually
100% we 100% we
usually-
were.
yeah,
No,
and the-
I'll tell you the bit. Ryan grabbed a book
Oh
from
my
a
God.
bookshelf and said, so what do we have here? And I said, oh, you should try reading that out loud in Korean. And then that's when she barked at us.
Yeah, she's just like these fucking kyopos or
Yeah.
like these English speaking assholes.
Anyway, I feel like I always get yelled at by people in this
what
fucking
is
country.
the common denominator in these situations?
Wonder why.
Keeps happening
There
and
must be
then
something in common.
I guess I am. I guess my Korean is offensively bad and my English is offensively fluent. You know what I mean? So I can't win. There's nowhere to win.
Well, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I think at museums, it's usually like common courtesy to not be obnoxiously loud.
was this like a pretty like vibrant cafe with a
Yes.
lot of people. Interesting.
It wasn't like a cafe; it was a store.
It was like a
gift
store with with like
With
coffee.
With
Yeah.
seating. a gift shop,
It was like a
yeah.
gift
It was
shop.
a gift shop
Yeah.
with a little bit of seating. No, she was clearly being.
Her daughter has
a
leukemia.
jerk.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes, she was having a difficult
She was
day.
having a nervous breakdown because her daughter is sick with leukemia.
Something that pisses me off
Okay, please tell us. Tell us.
is when you're deboarding a plane, right? Like immediately as the seatbelt sign goes off, everyone just like whips off their seatbelt, gets
Yes.
the fuck up,
Yeah.
goes to their cabin, gets their shit, and they're just ready to go.
Yeah.
But then they're like trying to like cut in front or like trying to go like before you, but
Yes!
there's clearly like an order with the each row goes, but then some people are trying to like skip this order. That shit pisses me off.
That was a really tight 1 minute of stand-up comedy, man. You polish it a little bit, but that's a good opener, man.
Well, yeah, and like at the same time, I am also trying to get the fuck out of
Yeah.
there. So like, if I could, I would cut in front of everyone.
Something tells me that Jay is not as assertive getting off airplanes as other people in our friend group.
Who?
I'm that person being like, nope, and I put my leg out and be
Yeah.
like, I'm getting my bag right now.
Yeah.
I'm definitely that person.
Oh,
yeah.
I am 100% that person.
Okay.
I play a little basketball here and there. And there's a concept in basketball called boxing out. And this is when you get a rebound.
Right.
So you put your ass in front of whoever you're guarding to try to get the fucking rebound. And I box the shit out of whoever's trying to like go in front of me.
what's
You
up,
breaking
man.
ankles.
Yeah, fouls, just flagrant fouls all around.
Yeah. So that shit ain't happening on my watch.
Yeah. What's the deal with departing airplanes? We just flew for 14 hours. You can't wait 10 more minutes.
It's not a bad
Exactly.
Seinfeld.
Got better.
Yeah.
It's been practicing.
Thanks, guys.
That was good.
I'm just fitting this one in because I was reminded of it on the way up here. I hate how gentrification works in Korea. It's not like in the States where it's like cool. Like there's like art galleries and then they turn into like nice restaurants. And then I don't know. In Korea, it's like an Olive Young opens up. You know what I mean?
Okay,
I mean, I can see that you saw the Olive Young sign.
I did. That's
around
the nail.
corner.
I mentioned this because I saw it on the way up to Aaron's house.
It's-
and
okay, first of all-
nail on the coffin, bro. That's the first nail. Right?
But
Then
you
su-
say nail in the coffin, and I'm like, finally, an
Dude,
Olive
yeah.
Young.
First of
Whoa,
all,
whoa,
we
whoa.
need an Olive Young on Gyeongnidan.
Really, the first nail was the Starbucks.
Right, which also love the Starbucks. So happy it's here.
Second nail, it's the Olive Young. We are the problem. Third nail is there's gonna be like a twosome place right next door to the Starbucks.
Yeah.
First of all,
For me-
wait.
It's just the character and the charm.
No. I need to first, like, I have to interject and correct you. That is not an Olive Young coming in. That place is a lube shop.
You're right.
It's a lube brand, a sexual
I see.
sex lube brand. And the sign actually reads that they are going to be in Olive Young soon. They're preparing to be in Olive Young, and therefore they're going to be like whatever,
Yeah, like-
out of the office.
Right.
They're like basically bragging about the
Damn,
fact
no,
that
you're right.
Yeah.
I took a photo.
yeah, they're
I was
literally
like-
like, "Hey guys, by the way, we made it to Olive Young,
Wait.
and we'll be out of office
Yeah.
for this long because we need to prepare. Watch out for our lube hitting the shelves.
Wait.
May whatever.
No dry pussies on our watch. We're gonna save Korea from the epidemic of dry pussy.
But I think it's hilarious and so cute because I'm sure like
They're-
every time we
dude, they're
walk
proud.
by
They're
it, because
proud,
we're like,
yeah.
we're not only that, but it's like we always walk by and we're like, damn, there's a lube shop
I know.
here. That's crazy. What
Too
is
bad,
that?
too bad
But is
I don't
it-
have that problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like that's a lube shop. I mean, it's been like
Aaron's butthole's always wet. You know what I'm saying? No, but I
excuse me, uncalled for.
Don't give me that shit. He's saying all this. I talk about the male body. Okay.
Okay, bye.
But no, I didn't know it was. I knew it was an adult shop. I just didn't realize it was specifically like a lube shop.
Yeah, it's a lube. It's a company that makes apparently lubes
The
that are
best
good
lube.
enough
The best lube. Yeah.
to be showcased.
New
in
segment
Olive Young.
idea. We all buy a bottle of the lube and then report back next week. Well,
Formula.
going back to your gentrification point, though, I mean, now that we know it's not an Olive Young moving in, is there still hope for our neighborhood?
Dude, the Starbucks was the sign of the times. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're saying it's the beginning of the end is when the Starbucks moves in.
Listen, here, like you saw what happened to E-Town. Well, there's like a Nike store there now. Like,
I'm
had those
actually
stores.
excited about these stores coming in too, but
well, no, I love that it had like diversity and like access to things you can't get in other neighborhoods. I can go to an Aldo, right? But how
Yeah.
many neighborhoods do you live next to?
We have an Aldo?
Nigerian
Well, we
restaurant?
had it
did-
closed
had one.
down, but
But like, how many neighborhoods do you live near, like where you can get Nigerian food, Jordanian food, Mexican food, Detroit style pizza, like?
But we still have those things. You're saying that those people are all going to get priced out because of gentrification. That's your argument, right?
No. It was just me complaining about how gentrification happens in Korea. In Korea, it's just always like, yeah, there's gonna be an Olive Young. There's gonna be there's gonna be an Edia. There's gonna be a new convenience store and like, and then like a Sada Kimbap or something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
My whole thing with this, the like gentrification, like if you're gonna put in something cool.
Look, I understand. You're saying fuck the gentrification. Basically, fuck this
big
Olive Young
box
that
brands.
that we now know is not being filled.
I just would hate to see this turn into just like every other neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I feel you, man.
Why do we live here? I would have just stayed in like Wangjimni. At an E-Mart.
Come on, they're more. Wangshimi is way the fuck out east. Like no one goes out there.
Whoa, you came a lot.
I came for you.
I know.
my
It meant
brother.
a lot.
Yeah,
It meant a lot.
yeah,
Me living here had made me realize how much work Jay.
yeah.
like,
Dude, I was on the
friends
other side of the freaking city.
Yeah, wait. So
I don't
Jay,
know,
what's
line.
give us an HBC update. Are you like liking it more? You've been living there for a few months now.
Yeah, it's growing on me. You know.
Oh yeah. So for Cinco de Mayo,
and that's all I'll say.
James, you have to go screen golf soon, so we should be wrapping this up. I think. Were there any other segments that you wanted to introduce for a closer?
Ooh. I met this guy from Japan the other day, and I was thinking about like reasons I would want to go to Japan outside of food. And one of the things I was thinking about was you can get your ear cleaned. You know what I mean? Like,
For sure.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't got anyone to clean my ears these days.
Yeah,
I'll
dude.
pay.
100%.
And,
yeah.
and then I brought that up. We were at Binbin. I brought that up in front of the Japanese guy to like some other Korean guy. He's like, oh, actually, someone was like, oh, they have those spots in like Uchiro. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
It's a
But then-
girl.
But
Dude,
then,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what those spots do,
but
though,
then
right?
like, then they're
Wait.
like, but it's not just ear cleaning. I'm like, oh.
What else is it?
Let me paint a picture for you, man.
Get your dick cleaned
Yeah, exactly.
with someone's mouth.
With
maybe?
the ear?
No.
No. I mean, like,
No, Jay, you're not
Jay.
fucking someone's ear.
No, they'll clean your ear.
Damn it!
They'll clean your ear and then
Please, can we please cut that all out though?
No, they're
That's
clean.
probably-
They'll clean your ear and then probably rub your cock or something until you bust a nut.
That's
I think it's like
very
it
interesting.
might be a front. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. If you want to go,
Yeah,
if you want to
okay,
go
that
like
would
hold
make
hands
No,
to go
but
check
it
it
is.
out.
If you had watched, let's punch
Mazel,
it
mazel.
smartly.
No,
but
there's
if
a
you
movie.
watch this movie called
Midnight Runner.
경찰,
It's so funny.
yeah,
I love that
경찰
movie.
수업인가?
Yeah. Midnight
근데
Runner
anyway,
in English, yeah.
in that movie, you'll see there's an entire criminal ring built off of ear cleaning.
But anyway,
So-
I'm sure in
Wow.
Japan they don't do anything pervy at the ear places.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
They're not known
Yeah.
for pervy
I think
stuff,
it's like,
are they?
but I think there are legitimate. They'll just clean your
ear
ears.
cleaners. Yeah.
Okay,
So will Ibinukwa's here though.
no, but that's okay. They said those aren't like shiwane. Like if you do it at the clinic.
Because they're not touching your
because they're not.
No.
Yeah. That was not good, man. That was not
You've
good.
180 real quick on this
It's
topic.
not shione.
No, but he's like, oh yeah, I definitely want to ear clean. And I was like, yeah, I'll get my people.
Okay, I had another question I want to pose. So right now, like, I think I wanted to bring this up during when Chloe was here. But right now, Korea has like a lot of soft power and like, presence in the world kind of consciousness, right? And I remember when I was a kid, no one knew anything about Korea, right? No one knew anything. And now it's like vastly different. The question is, how do you think your experience in like say high school or college or growing up would be different if you were at that age now with like a different sort of like understanding of your own cultural background, right?
A real 17 again type of situation. I've thought about it.
Like sidebar including like dating, right? Would it be easier or different? You know what I mean?
Oh my God, these guys just talked about this recently, where everyone was like, "Wow, how unfortunate that this phenomenon is like present day versus like 20 years ago when we were teenagers, and we could get a lot of."
It's kind of
mercy.
like the only thing we talk about, actually.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
No, really. I mean, I've heard
We talked about it probably like 5 or 6 times
Yeah.
though throughout the last 3 years. Absolutely. I mean,
not just you guys, like a lot of my Asian peers.
you have to understand.
My Asian peers, male.
You have to understand, like, the impotent Asian male frustration was a very, like, specific feeling.
Yeah, absolutely,
That
yeah.
we all happen to have in common. And I'm so happy that young Asian men will not have to endure that feeling because it is very frustrating. And it was a sort of like an impotent frustration.
Blow
You couldn't
to your
really do
ego.
anything about it. Yeah.
I think there's a
Yeah.
flip side, which is like there are people who talk about like not wanting to be fetishized.
Yeah, you got it right. the first time.
Fetishized.
Yeah.
But which was already an issue.
We lost you for a moment.
Yeah.
James.
I was like,
He's
I'm like spelling it in my
What are my
head.
fetishes? Just goes off into his
No,
head.
but I mean, I know that's like a thing that's common in terms of what women say about like their experiences growing up, like in the West or whatever,
Right.
Asian women.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to be in a relationship. Say you're in high school, right? And you look like me, and like the hottest white girl in school likes me. I'd be like sick. But I'm sure a lot of like other people might be like, she's only dating him because he's Korean, you know?
I mean, like not just as an Asian male, but like in general, I think it's really cool that young people these days, and it's not just being Korean, but like other ethnicities, like they're more open to being like embracing their culture, right? And to be able to like be proud of that versus for when I grew up, I was like, it was clearly obvious that I'm Asian. So there's no way to skirt around that. But like people would kind of like maybe try to point that out, but I'd be like, oh yeah, but also I like really like Radiohead or like, you know, I like skateboard here.
Right, like signifiers.
Yeah,
right.
like
I only
yeah,
eat
it's like-
gluten free.
For sure. I'm not one of those Asians is basically the implicit logic,
yeah.
right?
And I definitely like, you know, weirdly built my identity
Me too.
off of that.
For
you know?
sure, yeah.
And so for kids to
I mean, look at your fucking hat, dude.
this is a golf hat. It's a U.S. amateur
I'm
hat
saying, man.
that my dad gave me, and
In America, we'll always be amateurs. We'll never be pros.
it's pretty sick. Actually, this is from 1996, from a tournament that Tiger Woods
Oh, shit.
won, and I'm pretty sure it's very rare.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Wait. Hold up. So, revisiting our episode where we talk about luxury goods and stuff, did you pay like a lot of money for that hat?
no, because
His
it's my
dad.
dad.
Oh, your dad gave it
he
to
gave
you.
to me, but my dad just like buys.
Oh, your dad
hats.
doesn't sell you his vintage stuff? Huh, that's weird. My dad does.
Yeah. He buys hats all the time, and
okay.
it's worked in my favor more
Nice.
often than not. But yeah,
But yeah, no. To,
Asian pride.
yeah, to answer your question, bro, life would be probably way easier for like, you know, being seen. Let's put it that way.
It's a fair point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this could be a whole episode on its own.
Oh, for sure.
Well, we did talk about Asian invisibility in an episode, the Asian hate one from like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was like a very special episode. Like it was so serious and somber.
Yeah. I know.
But we definitely touched on that for sure.
We can have this as a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Season 2 of this episode.
To be continued.
James, thank you so much for being on the episode. Even though you're not the special guest, you're just the homie. You're just on the
We made it.
podcast. Yeah.
We made it, y'all. We made it.
Sue, thank you as well for deigning to join us and grace us with your presence. She was grumbling earlier, like, I don't want to be on the podcast.
That was a joke, first of all. And I pretty much feel like I'm on every other episode. So
It's true.
at this point,
You know, Jay and I did talk about, we're like, we should just do an episode, me and you. And then Jay was like, what would we talk about? But the thing is that Jay and I have the fucking best conversations sometimes, especially when we're like drinking and like having heart to hearts.
Yeah.
That's what we gotta do, man. We just gotta like have a drunk.
Blackout.
Dude,
Just there's one mic.
if we have a blackout episode, I guarantee it'd be the best episode we've ever done. For sure.
Agreed. Strong agree.
This
strong
was like
agree.
a very strong idea that I had proposed
Dude, okay, wait.
2 fucking years ago, guys.
This
I
will
just
close
wanna
out the
go back
episode.
and-
Yeah. So fucking Sue proposed a drunk episode that we did, but got too drunk to hit the record button for part 2. That's what happened.
Yes, but
Yeah.
we still have part 1, and it's still on my hard drive.
Aren't like half the episodes drunk episodes?
A good number of them turned drunk.
There was drinking, but this was like we were fucking
fucked up.
Yeah.
I wonder-
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
the idea is like drunk history. That was what
Right.
my whole proposal was. Like, we should just make the podcast like a drunk
Yeah.
Aaron's podcast or whatever.
My pitch is where we do at the top of the hour, randomly someone like, I don't know, spin the bottle or gets selected and they have to get fucking wasted alone.
I love that.
That
And then-
sounds like hazing.
And
Yeah.
the reveal is only at the end who it was.
Who it was.
You're trying to guess who
Oh.
it was.
That's funny.
That's actually really funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
Okay.
yeah.
Yo, more segments. Okay, so far we've done the fuck everything segment with Sue Hahn. We've done highlight, low light. We're gonna have the spin the bottle to like drunkenness segment with James Chung. I like this, man. We're building
Yeah.
the side dish world. The side dish universe.
The side dish cinematic universe.
Exactly. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Side Dish Podcast. Please like and subscribe on Instagram @_the side dish. Comment below about any segments you want to hear. And with that said, we'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Cue the music.